He died in his sleep because of this. I beg you, stop doing it. It leads to heart attacks and strokes. Welcome back to Mobile Lab, where we empower you with crucial health insights. Before we delve into today's vital information, I urge you to take a moment, a deep breath, and truly absorb every word I'm about to share. This isn't just another health segment. This information music genuinely possesses the potential to save your life or the life of a cherished loved one. What I'm unveiling today is a critically overlooked aspect of health that most medical professionals during routine examinations simply don't have the time or perhaps the specific focus to discuss. It's a silent, insidious threat that operates discreetly, shrouded in the darkness of night, completely unbeknownst to you. Yet it's silently inflicting harm upon countless individuals as they sleep. Let me share a deeply personal and cautionary tale about a dear friend of mine, Harold. He was a beacon of wisdom, a retired teacher. A spry 71-year-old gentleman hailing from Columbus, Ohio, with a gentle demeanor and a love for life. One morning, his wife made a heartbreaking discovery. Harold was unresponsive, just music the night before. He had gone to bed feeling perfectly well, experiencing no chest pain, no discernible warning signs whatsoever. There was nothing to suggest the tragedy that was about to unfold. By the time the ambulance arrived, offering a faint glimmer of hope, it was already too late. Harold had passed away, the devastating cause. A massive, unforeseen heart event that struck him down in the quiet vulnerability of his sleep. Reflecting on Harold's final months, meticulously reviewing his health records, and recalling our conversations, I stumbled upon a crucial detail, a silent red flag that his primary care physician had entirely overlooked. It's an insidious habit, a pattern of behavior that millions of seniors across the globe are unknowingly engaging in right now. It's a clandestine enemy that night after night slowly but surely inflicts damage upon the delicate tissues of the heart, causes the blood to thicken ominously, and meticulously sets the stage for a catastrophic stroke or sudden unexpected death. This isn't mere speculation, it's backed by robust scientific evidence. A landmark study published in the esteemed European Heart Journal meticulously tracked the health journeys of over 84,000 adults, all aged between 60 and 80 years old, for a staggering duration of 9 years. The researchers uncovered a chilling correlation. Individuals who adhered to a particular cluster of nighttime habits faced a staggering 67% higher risk of succumbing to a heart-related problem during their sleep when compared to those who proactively implemented simple, yet profound adjustments to their evening routine. Think about that figure for a moment. 67%, that's not a trivial percentage. It represents a monumental difference. It's the stark contrast between waking up to greet a new day and tragically never waking up at all. Now I can almost hear some of you thinking, but Dr. Lee, I feel perfectly fine. I sleep soundly every night. Surely this doesn't apply to me. And it's precisely this dangerous complacency, this false sense of security, that tragically costs lives. The most perilous health conditions rarely announce their arrival with blaring sirens or overt symptoms. Instead, they develop stealthily, accumulating silently, month after month, much like corrosive rust silently eating away at the interior of a pipe, remaining entirely invisible until the pipe eventually bursts under pressure, causing irreparable damage. Today, my mission is to meticulously guide you through 6 specific habits that seniors absolutely must cease doing before going to bed. These habits are arranged in order of increasing criticality, from the 6th music most impactful down to the single most critical one. As we progress towards the number 1 habit, the stakes become exponentially higher and the urgency of making these changes becomes paramount. I want to tell you right now, the second item on this list, the one at number 2, profoundly shocked even me when I first encountered the compelling research, and I can almost guarantee that most of you are completely unaware that you are even engaging in it. So please, commit to staying with me until the very end of this presentation. Because overlooking even one of these crucial insights could quite literally cost you everything. Your health, your independence, and potentially your life. But before we immerse ourselves in these life-saving details, I would be genuinely grateful to hear from you. Please, take a moment to leave a comment below sharing your age and whether you've ever experienced the unsettling sensation of waking up in the dead of night with your heart pounding furiously or feeling as if you simply cannot catch your breath. Your candid responses are incredibly valuable. I personally read every single comment, and your experiences genuinely help me to refine and create even more pertinent and impactful content for our community. Alright, let's embark on this journey of Discovery and empowerment. Overloading your digestive system before sleep. First on our critical list, and a habit that might genuinely catch you off guard due to its seemingly benign nature, is the act of consuming a substantial meal within 2 hours of preparing for bed. We are talking about that late dinner, the generous evening snack, or polishing off those tempting leftovers music just before you turn in for the night. For millions, this ritual feels inherently comforting, a way to wind down. However, what's truly unfolding within the intricate machinery of your body during this time is far from comforting. It's a silent physiological struggle that demands your attention. Consider this. When you ingest a large meal, your digestive system, an incredibly complex network, demands an immense surge of blood flow to efficiently break down and process that food. To meet this demand, your heart, the tireless engine of your body, is forced to work substantially harder, pumping a greater volume of blood to your stomach and intestines. While a robust 30-year-old heart might manage this extra workload with relative ease, the scientific findings from researchers at the prestigious University of São Paulo paint a starkly different picture for older adults. They discovered that in individuals over the age of 65, this post-meal physiological stress dramatically elevates blood pressure by an average of 22 points and sustains an elevated heart rate for an alarming period of up to 3 hours. Now try to visualize this intense internal struggle occurring precisely when you're lying flat in bed, transitioning into sleep, with your body already in its most vulnerable and restorative state. This added strain is far from ideal, but the challenges don't end there. We must also address the common and often debilitating issue of acid reflux, coupled with something medical experts refer to as vagal stimulation. When stomach acid, spurred by a full stomach, travels upwards into the esophagus, a phenomenon that occurs with alarming ease when you're reclined. It can directly trigger erratic and dangerous irregular heart rhythms, particularly in those individuals who are already predisposed to such conditions. Alarmingly, after the age of 70, the muscular valve responsible for keeping stomach acid contained significantly weakens, exacerbating this problem considerably. This means the risk for older adults is not just double, but truly compounded. The solution to this potentially life-threatening habit is remarkably straightforward. Yet it requires conscious effort and music commitment. Aim to conclude your final substantial meal of the day at least 3 hours before you intend to go to bed. This generous window allows your digestive system ample time to process food and significantly reduces the strain on your heart as you prepare for sleep. If genuine hunger strikes in the later evening hours, opt for a small, easily digestible snack, perhaps music a handful of nutrient-rich walnuts or half a banana. These provide sustenance without overwhelming your system. Moreover, pair this adjustment with a brief, invigorating 10-minute walk after your dinner. Groundbreaking research from the University of Limerick has unequivocally demonstrated that merely 10 minutes of post-meal ambulation can reduce blood sugar spikes by a remarkable 28% and, crucially, alleviate significant pressure on your heart throughout the night. This single proactive change, if you implement it starting tonight, will begin safeguarding your cardiovascular health immediately, offering a profound protective music benefit. Mistiming your blood pressure medication. Moving on to our fifth crucial insight. And this is a revelation that may very well astound you, simply because it's your physician has, in all likelihood, never brought to your attention. An astonishing nearly 60% of seniors over the age of 70 unknowingly engage in this habit, every single evening without a moment's hesitation or a second thought. I'm referring to the common practice of taking your blood pressure medication first thing in the morning when, for a significant number of individuals, the optimal time for maximum protective benefit is actually at night before you go to sleep. This isn't just a minor adjustment, it's a potentially life-altering strategy underscored by a groundbreaking study published in the prestigious European Heart Journal. This extensive research meticulously tracked the health outcomes of over 19,000 patients for an impressive duration of 6 years. The findings were nothing short of revelatory. Participants who shifted their blood pressure medication intake to bedtime, as opposed to their customary morning routine, experienced a remarkable 45% reduction in their risk of heart attack. Furthermore, they saw a 49% lower risk of heart failure and a truly stunning, almost unbelievable, 66% lower risk of stroke. These are not incremental improvements. These are profound, game-changing statistics that demand our serious consideration. The scientific rationale behind these dramatic results lies in a phenomenon known as nocturnal hypertension. This refers to a dangerous and often silent spike in blood pressure that typically occurs in the vulnerable early morning hours, specifically between 3 o'clock CAU and 6 o'clock. My AM. This particular window is critically important because it's precisely when the vast majority of heart attacks and strokes tragically occur. When you take your medication in the morning, its peak efficacy tends to align with midday, gradually waning by the time that perilous early morning window arrives. Consequently, your body is left largely unprotected during its most critical hours. However, by taking your medication at night, it reaches its full therapeutic strength and offers peak protection exactly when your cardiovascular system needs it most, effectively acting as a shield during those vulnerable dawn hours. Now, a critical caveat: it is absolutely paramount that you do not alter the timing of your medication without first engaging in a thorough discussion with your doctor. Every individual's health profile is unique, and certain medications, for music instance, must be taken with food. However, I strongly encourage you to print out or bookmark this study and bring it with you to your very next appointment. Initiate this vital conversation with your healthcare provider. Discuss music, the potential benefits, and ascertain if adjusting your medication timing is a safe and appropriate strategy for your specific situation. This simple, informed conversation could genuinely be the decision that saves your life, offering an invaluable layer of protection against cardiovascular catastrophe. Falling victim to the silent dehydration trap, our fourth critical habit on this list uncovers what I've termed the silent dehydration trap, an insidious, often overlooked risk factor that poses a significant threat to the cardiovascular health of individuals over 65. The irony here is particularly dangerous. Many seniors consciously reduce their evening fluid intake, driven by a perfectly understandable desire to minimize disruptive nighttime bathroom trips. While this instinct seems logical at first glance, the repercussions it has on your blood's consistency while you're asleep are nothing short of alarming. As we gracefully, or perhaps less gracefully, age, our physiological processes undergo subtle, yet profound changes. Our kidneys, for instance, become progressively less efficient at concentrating urine, leading to greater fluid loss. Compounding this, the body's natural thirst mechanism, a vital warning system regulated by a small but powerful part of the brain called the hypothalamus, becomes significantly blunted after approximately age 60. Seminal research from the University of Connecticut Music has unequivocally demonstrated that older adults can reach clinically significant levels of dehydration without ever experiencing the sensation of thirst. This means your body could be crying out for water, and you wouldn't even know it. Now let's connect this directly to the vital health of your heart and brain. When you enter sleep in a state of dehydration, even mild dehydration, a critical transformation occurs. Your blood becomes noticeably thicker and stickier. Music to vividly illustrate this. Think of the effortless flow of pure water through a pipe, then contrast that with the sluggish, resistant movement of thick honey. That metaphor precisely encapsulates the challenge your heart faces. This viscous, thickened blood requires your heart to exert considerably more effort to pump it effectively throughout your body. Moreover, and perhaps even more ominously, this thicker blood is far more prone to forming dangerous clots, which, as we tragically know, are the primary culprits behind most strokes. A pivotal study published in the American Journal of Epidemiology revealed that adults over 65 who were merely mildly dehydrated at bedtime exhibited blood viscosity levels strikingly similar to those observed in individuals immediately preceding a stroke. This is a clear, undeniable warning sign. The sensible solution is not, I hasten to add, to gulp down copious amounts of water right before climbing into bed. That would indeed lead to those frequent, unwelcome nocturnal bathroom excursions. Instead, approximately 2 hours before your intended sleep time, drink a full glass of water specifically enriched with essential electrolytes, particularly potassium and magnesium. These minerals are vital for cellular hydration and function. Incorporating foods naturally abundant in potassium, such as a small baked sweet potato or a few dried apricots into your late afternoon snack, can significantly help maintain optimal hydration levels throughout the night without overfilling your bladder. Magnesium beyond its role in hydration, offers the added extraordinary benefit of gently relaxing artery walls, thereby contributing to a natural lowering of blood pressure during sleep. Working in concert, these two crucial nutrients provide a gentle yet powerful protective cushion for your heart as you slumber, ensuring its smooth operation and recovery. Before we delve deeper into the remaining, increasingly critical habits, I want to take a brief moment for a heartfelt appeal. If this channel, Mobile Lab, has proven to be a valuable resource for you, providing insights that genuinely enhance your life, please consider taking just 5 precious seconds right now to hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We are more than just a channel. We are a burgeoning community of individuals united by the conviction that aging powerfully, gracefully, and vibrantly is not merely a dream, but an absolute possibility. Every single like and subscription acts as a powerful amplifier, enabling us to reach even more seniors who desperately need access to this potentially life-saving information. Your engagement truly means the world to me and to every member of this growing community. All right, let's forge ahead because we are now entering the most critical and impactful territory. The damaging glow of nighttime screens, our third item on this urgent list, is one that deeply saddens me, primarily because I witness its detrimental effects every single week in my practice. I encountered its stark reality firsthand through a patient named Dorothy, a charming 78-year-old from Tucson, Arizona. Dorothy sought my help after suffering her second minor stroke within an 18-month period. On paper, she was doing everything right. She adhered diligently to her prescribed medications, maintained a regular exercise routine, and followed a reasonably healthy diet. Yet, when I meticulously inquired about her evening habits, she unwittingly described a pattern that I immediately recognized as a profoundly serious problem, a silent assailant to her heart. Indeed, without fail, every single night, Dorothy would spend a significant 2 to 3 hours reclined in bed, her face illuminated by the insistent glow of her tablet screen. She would scroll through the latest news, delve into social media feeds, and watch family videos, all with the digital screen mere inches from her eyes. What Dorothy, like so many others, didn't realize was that this seemingly innocuous nightly ritual was directly and insidiously destabilizing her heart night after night, slowly eroding its resilience. Music. The scientific explanation is both clear and compelling. The pervasive blue light emitted from our myriad screens, be it phones, tablets, computer monitors, or televisions, directly and powerfully music suppresses the natural production of melatonin within your body. While most people primarily associate melatonin with its crucial role as a sleep-inducing hormone, groundbreaking research conducted by scientists at Brigham and Women's Hospital, a renowned affiliate of Harvard Medical School, has revealed that melatonin plays an even broader, critically protective role for the heart. It functions music as a potent antioxidant, meticulously safeguarding the delicate lining of your blood vessels from the very type of damage that precipitates the insidious buildup of plaque, the stiffening of arteries, and ultimately the devastating onset of heart attacks and strokes. When melatonin production is suppressed by excessive nighttime screen exposure, that vital protective shield around your heart is tragically lowered, leaving it vulnerable to attack. For adults over 70, whose natural melatonin production has already plummeted by an astonishing 75% compared to their younger counterparts, this artificial suppression becomes even more profoundly devastating. Their bodies simply cannot compensate. A sobering study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found an undeniable link between chronic nighttime light exposure and a staggering 43% increase in the incidence of major heart problems among older adults. This isn't a coincidence. It's a direct cause and effect. Dorothy, with unwavering commitment, embraced my advice, a strict, non-negotiable, no-screen policy after 8 p.m. within a mere 6 weeks. She reported sleeping more deeply and soundly than she had in years, a profound qualitative improvement in her rest. Even more remarkably, within 4 months, her inflammatory markers, specifically a critical indicator known as C-reactive protein, had dropped by over 30%. She has, thankfully, not experienced another cardiac event since. The message is unequivocal. Turn off those screens a full 2 hours before you intend to sleep. This single decision represents one of the most profoundly powerful and protective choices you can make for the long-term health and vitality of your heart. The hidden danger of sleeping on your back. And now we arrive at the second most critical habit, the one I promised would genuinely surprise you, perhaps even make you question my sanity. It is the seemingly innocent act of sleeping on your back. Before you dismiss this outright or reach for that close button, I implore you to listen carefully, because the scientific research supporting this claim is not only compelling but utterly undeniable. When you lie flat on your back during sleep, the relentless force of gravity causes your tongue and the naturally soft tissues located at the back of your throat to relax and fall backward. This seemingly minor shift can partially, or even completely obstruct your airway, creating a dangerous blockage. This anatomical reality is the primary instigator behind obstructive sleep apnea, OSA, a pervasive yet frequently undiagnosed condition that is estimated to affect a staggering 50% of adults over the age of 65. During these episodes of apnea, where your breathing repeatedly pauses for critical seconds, your brain perceives a dire emergency. It sounds an internal alarm, triggering a cascading flood of powerful stress hormones throughout your body, including cortisol and adrenaline. This hormonal surge causes your blood pressure to spike dramatically, reaching perilous levels not just a few times, but dozens, sometimes even hundreds of times every single night. While each individual spike may last only for a few seconds, brief enough that you never fully awaken, often remembering nothing, these repeated high-intensity events are profoundly damaging to your cardiovascular system. The American Heart Association, a leading authority on heart health, now officially acknowledges untreated sleep apnea as a formidable and independent risk factor for a litany of severe conditions, including chronic high blood pressure, dangerous irregular heartbeats, arrhythmias, heart attacks, and strokes. A sobering study published in the prestigious journal Circulation revealed that adults diagnosed with moderate to severe sleep apnea faced a harrowing 58% higher risk of experiencing a fatal heart rhythm problem during sleep. This, tragically, is how seemingly healthy individuals can die quietly and unexpectedly in the night. Their bodies overwhelmed by a silent battle. It is imperative to determine if you are unconsciously battling sleep apnea. If you share your bed with a partner, ask them directly if you snore loudly or if they've ever observed you pausing your breathing for noticeable moments during sleep. Their observations can be incredibly insightful. If you sleep alone, a simple yet effective method is to record yourself for one night using your smartphone's voice memo application. The telltale signs of gasping, choking, or prolonged silence followed by a loud snort are often unmistakable and will clearly indicate a potential problem. The solution, thankfully, is often straightforward and immediately protective. Shift your sleep position. Sleeping on your side, particularly your left side, is dramatically beneficial as it alleviates pressure on the heart and keeps the airway open. A simple, readily available body pillow, strategically placed behind your back, can be an excellent aid, preventing you from inadvertently rolling onto your back during the night. For those individuals who have received a confirmed diagnosis of sleep apnea, a SPAP, continuous positive airway pressure, device is, without exaggeration, truly life-saving. Please do not allow stubbornness, a perceived minor discomfort, or outdated notions to prevent you from utilizing this crucial technology. Your life literally depends on it. The catastrophic impact of chronic untreated emotional stress. And now we've arrived at the apex of our list, the single most perilous bedtime habit for seniors, the one insidious factor that seamlessly ties all the other risks together, acting as a multiplier for every cardiovascular threat I've meticulously described today. Are you ready for this profound truth? It is the silent, pervasive, and often untreated burden of chronic emotional stress allowed to fester and build in the crucial hours leading up to sleep. Take a moment to truly reflect on your typical evening routine. Do you find yourself gravitating towards the late-night news, immersing yourself in the tumultuous world of politics, disturbing crime reports, or harrowing global disasters right before you attempt to close your eyes? Do you lie awake wrestling with incessant worries about your health, your financial security, or the well-being of your beloved family members? Do you find yourself endlessly replaying difficult conversations, unresolved conflicts, or frustrating encounters from the day, turning them over and over in your mind? If any of these scenarios resonate with you, then you are actively engaging in what esteemed researchers at UC Berkeley have aptly termed rumination before rest, and its impact on the delicate machinery of your heart is nothing short of catastrophic. Let's unpack the precise physiological mechanism at play here. When you experience psychological stress, whether it's acute or chronic, your body instinctively unleashes a potent cocktail of stress hormones, cortisol and adrenaline. These are the very same hormones triggered by the emergency alarm bells of sleep apnea, but with a critical difference in this context: they are sustained. Chronic evening stress keeps these powerful hormones elevated, not just for fleeting moments, but throughout the entire night. This sustained elevation critically prevents your blood pressure from undergoing its natural and absolutely vital nighttime dip. In a healthy individual, blood pressure naturally decreases by a significant 10 to 20% during sleep, providing your heart and blood vessels with crucial restorative recovery time, a much-needed respite from the day's demands. However, individuals plagued by chronic, untreated stress, that essential dip never fully materializes. Your heart is forced to toil relentlessly without its vital recovery period. A landmark 20-year study, a collaborative effort by the American Heart Association and Johns Hopkins University, yielded truly alarming results. It found that adults who consistently reported chronic nighttime worry and elevated evening stress levels faced an astonishing 72% higher lifetime risk of experiencing fatal heart events when compared to their peers who managed to maintain lower levels of evening stress. This risk becomes even more profoundly dangerous after the age of 70, a period when the body's intrinsic ability to regulate and manage cortisol levels is already naturally diminished by approximately 40%. The cumulative effect is a relentless assault on the heart. This, I firmly believe, is what ultimately claimed my dear friend Harold. It wasn't merely one isolated factor. It was the insidious accumulation, the late music-heavy meals, the subtle yet dangerous dehydration, the pervasive blue light from screens, the unconscious habit of back-sleeping, and beneath it all, the crushing weight of a man who worried incessantly every single night about his retirement finances, silently bearing this burden without ever confiding in anyone. His precious heart was never afforded the crucial recovery time it music so desperately needed, leading to its tragic failure. The solution to this pervasive problem, while not overly complicated, absolutely demands intentionality and consistent effort. I advocate music for what I call a cardiac wind down, a deliberate ritual to be practiced for at least 30 minutes before bed. Begin by resolutely turning off all news broadcasts and screens, creating a sanctuary of calm. Then, engage in a simple yet profoundly effective exercise. Write down 3 specific things that went well during your day. Genuine research from UC Berkeley's Greater Good Music Science Center has conclusively demonstrated that this seemingly small act of gratitude measurably lowers cortisol levels within a mere 20 minutes, actively rewiring your brain towards positivity. Music next. Practice the incredibly powerful 4-7-8 breathing technique. Inhale deeply through your nose for 4 counts, hold your breath for 7 counts, and then slowly, deliberately, exhale through your mouth for 8 counts. This rhythmic breathing pattern is a direct activator of your body's natural parasympathetic, calm-down nervous system, demonstrably lowering both heart rate and blood pressure. If prayer or meditation is an integral part of your life, this is truly its most profound and medically beneficial application, not just as a spiritual practice, but as genuine medicine for your heart and mind. Complement this routine with a supplement. 200 to 400 milligrams of magnesium glycinate taken approximately 30 minutes before bed. This specific form of magnesium has the unique ability to cross the blood-brain barrier, directly calming the central nervous system while simultaneously relaxing the walls of your blood vessels. Studies from the National Institutes of Health have confirmed its efficacy, demonstrating that it reduces nighttime cortisol and improves the quality of sleep in adults over 65 by an impressive margin of up to 39%. Consider this a gentle, reassuring hand on your heart's metaphorical shoulder, whispering that it is truly safe to rest and recover tonight. I want to conclude this message with a profound truth that I impart to every single patient I have the privilege of sitting across from, regardless of their age or the severity of their condition. It is never too late to make a positive change. This is not simply empty encouragement. It is a fundamental biological reality. The human body, even at the venerable ages of 75, 80, or even 85, possesses a truly remarkable and inherent capacity to heal, to adapt, and to regenerate, especially when we conscientiously remove the very elements that are causing it harm. Your magnificent heart yearns to beat steadily and robustly for many decades more. Your brilliant brain desires to remain sharp, agile, and full of vibrant memories. Your strong legs aspire to carry you to your grandchildren's joyous birthday celebrations, to stroll through your beloved garden in the tranquil morning light, and to relax on your porch as the evening sun sets. Every single transformative change music I've meticulously described today, from consciously ceasing late-night heavy meals and thoughtfully adjusting your medication timing to ensuring consistent hydration, decisively eliminating disruptive screens, music adopting a more heart-friendly sleep position, and diligently protecting your emotional peace. Each of these empowering steps is entirely within your reach tonight. Not next week, not next month, but tonight. Music, you have not made it to this venerable age by being weak or complacent. You have arrived here because you possess an incredible resilience, an unwavering spirit that has carried you through life's many challenges. And the people who cherish you, who love you deeply, profoundly need you to keep going, not merely to exist, but to be present, to be vital, to be fully, vibrantly yourself. Music. That, my friends, is the profound essence of what these habits truly protect, not just the rhythmic beating of your heart, but the rich, full, and independent tapestry of your entire life. All the scientific studies and research I've referenced today are conveniently linked for your further exploration in the description box below. This video, please take a moment to share this incredibly vital video with someone you love dearly, a spouse, a sibling, a lifelong friend, because you may never truly know whose life you might inadvertently save by simply sharing this critical information. If you haven't yet become a part of our Mobile Lab community, I urge you to do so right now by clicking that subscribe button below. We are committed to releasing new, empowering content every single week, meticulously designed to help you live longer, stronger, and with the precious independence you so richly deserve. And before you depart, please leave me a comment right now. Tell me honestly which of these 6 crucial habits surprised you the most, and more importantly, are you committed to making any of these life-affirming changes tonight? I personally read and value every single comment, and I eagerly anticipate hearing your thoughts and plans. Take the very best care of yourselves. I will see you in the next empowering video. If you appreciate content that helps you live better, make sure to subscribe to Mobile Lab for more insightful videos.